G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. We're going to do something a little bit different today. This was a suggestion given to me by one of our longtime viewers and personal friend. Theygone is his handle. He had mentioned, we were talking about the totes that I keep all of my action figures and some small vehicles in. And he said, why don't you dedicate a month? Suggested I dedicate a month, or like July, Toy Tote July or something of that nature. But I love that idea so much, I thought I would do it today. Just have it Toy Tote Tuesday. I couldn't do this every Tuesday. This was more of a special surprise for everyone, but I have this huge Rubbermaid tote full of action figures. What I'm going to do is just reach in there, pull some action figures out, take them out of their bags, show them to you guys, and we'll talk about them. So here we go. Let's pop off the lid. This used to be filled to the to the rim. So these are the ones I've been selling. Okay, so here we go. A fan favorite. Easily a fan favorite. So let me just slide the lid over. That way I won't lose the accessories inside the tote. Here we go. Version 2 of the Snow Serpent. This one, really cool. Came out in the 1990s. I think this was 1992. I haven't done research on these, of course, just yet. But you could see his colors are a little more vibrant. He's still still wearing fur to help keep him warm. And that's in yellow, fur-lined boots. His gloves and boots are done in a tan color. He has a holster on his leg here, and purple scarf around his face. And he has goggles. Yeah. Oh, also 2 Cobra sigils right down here on his legs. Very cool. But his accessories are what I really love. With this being the 90s, everything was oversized. So he had his firing rocket launcher. I love the rocket launchers. This machine gun. Came with a really large white pistol with a scope. So it looks like a laser pistol. Laser. Dr. Evil. Okay. And the most popular and favorite of all of his accessories, the hose. No, not really. It is his backpack and his snowboard done up in purple. Snowboarding really came out into its popularity in the 90s. See, the backpack has this little frame on it, and you could take his snowboard and slide it right down onto the backpack so he could carry it. You can see it has a quilted pattern on it. Very cool snowboard. There's a foot peg right here. You can see there's slots for both of his feet. One of the best accessories, if not the best accessory that came out in the 90s for these action figures. A freaking snowboard. I really regret not buying this guy back then. I don't know why I passed him up. I think I saw him once, but that's how he fits onto the snowboard. Probably didn't have enough money. That was more than likely the case. And I just couldn't get him, and never saw him again. But I have him as an adult, and no, this guy is not for sale. No. Okay, so next up for grabs, this is just going to be a blind grab here. Kind of like Rob in my side of the laundry room doing a fistful of Joes. Okay, here we go. Repeater. 1988, I believe. He's an Army Ranger. Do have his file card. I reviewed Repeater a long time ago. Just go ahead and dump all his accessories out. So looking at Repeater, very cool. Love the camo on him. That's why I'm wearing, not just because I'm wearing a little camo shirt just for this occasion, just for these reviews. But yeah, I love the camo on this guy. He's wearing a tack vest in green, one fingerless glove on his left hand, and his combat boots. Came with this really cool backpack. You can see on the backpack here. I apologize for the lighting. Backpack has a bedroll, a few pouches, and whatnot. And of course, his machine gun that attaches onto his waist here, as he has that little notch right there. You just attach the gimbal right onto the waist piece, and bam, he could hold on to his machine gun. This is very similar to what was used in Alien 2, the little machine guns that the Marines used. So that's where this idea most likely came from. This very gnarly looking machine gun. Repeater, I don't remember seeing him on the shelves either. He really doesn't excite me right as an action figure. He's more of a support troop for me, but I do love the camo on him. So he does go with my desert troops. This is the tan camo. So that part I really do like, the tan camo for desert patrols. So skid mark in his vehicle. all that good stuff for desert patrols. Okay, here is one. Oh, 1986 Cobra Viper. Easily another fan favorite. I sold off most of my Vipers. This is my last one, I believe. Still have his file card, and it has the Sergeant Slaughter promotion for the first mail-in Sergeant Slaughter. So let's go ahead and look at his accessories. Came with this kind of a off-white to a light gray machine gun, and this very common looking black backpack has a very small Cobra symbol on it. But these guys replaced all of the Cobra troops, or the blue shirt Vipers. Very cool Cobra Viper. You see here, I sold all the ones that had tight joints, and I kept the loose one for myself, just to be fair to you guys that I'm selling. So I'm selling you guys the best stuff in my duplicate collection. That's just how I roll. So I just love the Viper, just everything about him. The helmet really pops for me. I love the vest on this guy. It just screams 1986. When I think 1986 G.I. Joe, think of the Viper, Xandar, and Zorana. Those are the three that pop out in my mind first, and then Monkey Wrench. So these guys are, those aforementioned are my 1986 favorite year. Alright, what else do I have here? Oh! Crimson Twins, Tomax and Zaymont. These are mine from that I purchased when I was younger. This is not the original file card. Well, this is the original file card, but not the one that came with my action figures. My mom threw the card back out. She always threw those away. When I got older, I had all my file cards hanging up on the wall. Oh man, I don't have their Skyhook. It's in a different, I know where it's at. I just don't have it with these guys. But they came with a pair of matching pistols. These were later used with several other action figures. But yeah, I bought these guys with my own money. So I've had these since I was a little boy, or a young man I should say, preteen. Tomax and Zaymont. It's with my friend John and his mother. Spent the night at their house, and we went out to the mall, and we stopped at what was the Lionel Play World was the name of the shopping, or the toy store, Lionel Play World, which is a sister store to Children's Palace for everybody in the Midwest and East Coast. And that's where I bought these guys. Okay, next one. Oh, the Televiper, 1985. I really like these guys too. I had a bunch. I had like close to 12 of these. I just kept on buying them. Resold them. So here's his file card. His telecommunications backpack. The quintessential hose. And his communications gun. That was a TV screen in the comic books, but I use this to fire a heat energy weapon. And your Televiper. I just love these guys. The color palette on them, the purple and dark blue. You see he's pretty loose. For you guys that may not know this, if you have loose joints on them, take a little bit of plumber's tape, wrap it around it, tightens right up. So yeah, the color palette on these guys are just really, really awesome. I can't say enough about it. The Cobra blue says it all. These guys are great. Nice little support troops for Cobra Commander. And they did make appearances in the cartoons. Anytime they got hurt, words would scroll across their visors, you know, backwards and say ouch or oh or whatever, or help. If they got scared, you know, words would just scroll. I thought that was kind of cool. Let's see. Talked about this guy last week, and I have all of his accessories. Metalhead. For the gentleman who offered me the accessories, thank you again. What I was missing was the backpack and the main missile launcher that fits onto his back. These come in 2 pieces. The frame, it's very frail, so I don't want to do any damage to it. There's just a lot going on with this guy. He came with these missile pods, and these attached to his legs on pegs, and that's something to watch out for, because those pegs do break off. And this peg is pretty worn on this side. I don't want to force it on there. Yeah, it just doesn't want to fit. But you could hear by this plastic, it can get frail over time. He has these yellow missiles. These fit right on the inside of the missile tubes, the missile launchers. So he just had a crap ton of accessories on his backpack right there. And he also came with this white pistol and this bullet-shaped helmet on his head. So here's Metalhead from the Iron Grenadiers. Very nice condition. joints are really tight on him. I already told the story about how I acquired him from Kmart when I went shopping with my friend Charlie before we went to the parade. So yeah, here's Metalhead. There's something I forgot to mention about being at that Kmart. Charlie and I were walking around while his mom was still shopping, and we went to the music section when they still had tapes and records, LPs, the vinyl records, and CDs. And we heard crumpling of cellophane. And we peeked around the corner, and there was a kid that was opening up cassettes and sticking them inside of a cassette holder. He was ripping the store off. So we went over to the cashier in that area, and we told her we busted a shoplifter. But yeah, here's Metalhead. When you put his accessories on, I mean, this guy is just decked out to the nines. Oh, and he also came with a bunch of hoses that attached to his missile launcher and to this missile launcher. Yeah, so when you put all these on there, that poor guy, he just could not stand up. But I used this as a jetpack as well. But very cool, very, very cool action figure. He was the first one I bought for the Iron Grenadiers. And then I later got an Iron Grenadier, and then Destro later on, and then the Annihilator was the next one, and then we got Targat for Christmas. And that was the end of what I had for the Iron Grenadiers. Oh, and I found a Voltar out in the, we refer to it as the desert, empty fields, because anything else that's populated with neighborhoods and stuff and buildings, we don't see that as a desert, even though this whole state is a desert. At least the valley is. We call the empty fields the desert. So I found Voltar out in the desert, so I ended up getting Voltar that way. Okay, let's find another action figure. Oh, okay. I'm going to be selling a few more of these. I bought a bunch of this guy. There is a variant on him. There's one with a longer neck and one with a short neck. So I bought the long and short neck version for the review. This was not this particular one, but he was the first G.I. Joe that I had purchased with my own money. I was very proud of that. The one that I had, his pads are faded because I left him outside in our swimming pool when I was a kid. Blowtorch. This one isn't complete. I have his backpack and accessory pack. Blowtorch. But the colors on this guy are just really, really awesome. The day I bought this one, John and I had a great time. Again, I had spent the night at his house. I spent more time with John than I did my own family. We had gone to Fiesta Mall in Mesa, which is no longer there. It's closed, sadly. We went to a store called Bash. It's kind of like Spencer's Gifts, but this one was a little more risque. I remember buying a robot eraser. There is pink, and it had arms that moved. bought that, brought it to school, and got in trouble playing with it a few times. But that day I also bought him. So I just remember that Bash was right next to the arcade, which was across from the food court. So good memories with these things bring up, don't they? Oh, let's see what else I could scrounge up here. I don't know how long I'm going to do this. This is kind of fun. Oh, we already talked about Televiper. Heat Viper. Oh yeah, this is mine. I have a couple more of these that I will be putting up for sale. Got this one for Christmas the year that he came out. Very cool. Came with a lot of accessories. I think, yeah, I'm still missing. Yeah, I'm still missing one of these little mortar shells. But he came with 6 of these. They attached to his legs. A hose. Oh, no, never mind. I have, there it is, his other mortar shell. His backpack. Some controversy. Some people, how do you do it? Do you put the backpack up like this to where the exhaust shoots out across his face? Or do you put it down like that to where it shoots out at the bottom? Some people do it with it upside down, or what I call upside down, with the exhaust that goes out across his head. This is how I do it. I put it down that way. And his bazooka, it came with a hose that attached to it. And on the side here, it reads Fang, which I thought was a really nice touch. I'm not going to slip this into his hand, but it fits right here on his side. Very cool action figure. Again, I love the colors on him. The brighter colors I don't mind at all. The yellow jumpsuit, accented by purple. That helmet is a little bit weird, but it does serve its purpose. Love this guy a lot. He doubled as a pilot for me too. But yeah, that Christmas was the Christmas of G.I. Joe, 1988. That's when my mom bought a bunch of vehicles and action figures from a co-worker. Her son no longer wanted them. He was my age and he was ready to grow up. But I still had a younger brother that was half my age. He was 7. And so toys were still being played with at home, and I was still collecting toys, and still am. So we got a lot of toys that year. The Conquest, the Night Raven, the Moray, things like that. Just really cool vehicles and accessories, and a lot of action figures. And that's when I got, we received a lot of Tiger Force that year. A lot of Tiger Force action figures for that Christmas. Okay, here's another. Oh, all right. Dreadnoks. One of the Dreadnoks. Torch. Oh, man, I remember when these came out. the commercial. Introducing the Dreadnoks, Torch, Ripper, and Buzzer. G.I. Joe. Here's his file card. Oh, man. Love the Noks. His blowtorch, which is attached to that plastic wire. You'll find that on the aftermarket where people had clipped that off. His backpack with the acetylene tanks and torch. He's the most common one I've seen on the aftermarket. Ripper and Buzzer are a little bit harder to find. Yeah, just he does look like a biker, doesn't he? Your quintessential biker design. Wow, one of his. Look at the glasses on him. Somebody gave this guy a lot of love. I might have to touch that up with some paint. This is going to be mine. I'm not going to sell this one. I'm going to keep this so I could touch them up with paint. But yeah, the Noks, Dreadnoks are just great action figures. They were the comedy relief in the cartoons. They were always goofing around, screwing things up. You know, Cobra Commander would send Zartan out on a mission. He would have the Dreadnoks with him, and they would end up screwing something up and just ticking Zartan off. Just like Bazooka and Alpine were the comedy relief for the Joe team. Oh, Heat Viper again. Oh, okay. Bag of Bats. All right, well, we have the 1986 Cobra Bat. Very, very popular amongst the collectors. There was a variant on this one where the paint was a light yellow, not the orange on this. This one is complete with all of his accessories. I sold off all my extra bats. So this one is a Hazard Bat, Black Major Hazard Bat. I don't know if it was intended, but this plastic glows in the dark. It wasn't advertised as glow in the dark when I got it. I had purchased this, the silver accessories on this. When I purchased this back in 18, I was really sick. With sepsis or blood poisoning, the layman term for it. So when I got this in the mail, I just related it to my illness. I mean, I was really, really sick, nearly died from it. I was getting antibiotic therapy here at home. So you see some videos where I showed you my IV and all that other stuff, IV bag, but not to brag, but for educational purposes. But for a long time, I couldn't look at this guy because it reminded me of being septic. The only long-term effect from that was it messed up my heart. I have to replace the O-ring in him. It's loose. Dry desert air does not help out with O-rings, but this is the Vampire Bat by Black Major. Actually, no, this isn't Black Major. There's a guy in Tucson that makes these. He takes the original bat from the 86 bat. He peels the sticker off the chest, redoes the paint, uses this metallic red paint and just paints these bats. Really cool guy. I've done business with him before on some accessories or on some Joes and stuff. And I just love that guy's work. But, you know, it seems like everything that's custom is automatically black major. And also have an eel in that bag. The insignia on that. Very nice condition for this eel. Don't have his accessories in the bag. But don't know how he got into my bag of bats. But yeah, they're my three bats. The 1986 bat, I remember making their debut in the cartoon, and they just seemed so unstoppable. I was like, oh crap. I mean, they replaced the snake armor as Cobra's unstoppable force, and it just kind of freaked me out as a kid. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, what are the Joes going to do? And then Sergeant Slaughter came in and just cleaned up on all the bats. I mean, Sergeant Slaughter's the G.I. Joe version of Chuck Norris. Nothing could hurt him, you know. Anyway, you know, I remember making a joke during the pandemic. It was like, the reason why the pandemic ended was because it caught Chuck Norris. COVID caught Chuck Norris, and that's why it ended. Chuck Norris didn't catch COVID. COVID caught Chuck Norris. Okay, so this is Crankcase, the Ostriker driver. Here's his file card clipped off the box. So yeah, we have Chuck Norris to thank for that. The virus caught Chuck Norris and it just totally weakened it, and it's not as big of a problem as it used to be. It's just the nature of the virus. It replicated itself down to nothing. It comes with this gray helmet. Machine gun. I love when vehicle drivers come with a weapon. If you don't want to play with them with their vehicle, you could at least have them as a fighting unit, and they have a gun. A lot of times vehicle drivers didn't have a weapon, and you'd have to borrow one from another Joe if you wanted to have them in combat. So here's Crankcase. Very cool color pattern on him. He has that forest green shirt, the tan pants, dark brown boots. He has auburn hair. They didn't match his eyes with his hair, which is nice. Pardon me. But very cool. Very cool action figure. And the Ostriker from 1985. Very popular vehicle on the aftermarket, and it was reused for a lot of vehicles down the road, and it was also one that was released just recently, a Walmart exclusive. So that's how popular the Ostriker was. Then we'll do one more. I can see we're getting into close to the 40-minute mark here. Oh, another custom bat. This one is done by Red Laser Army. This is the medic bat. He is in this light blue color, silver arms, white visor with the red dot in the middle of it, white boots. This is kind of a surgical scrub blue color. His backpack with all the accessories in it. Yeah, when I saw these, I have two of them. Different stickers. There's one that has medical instruments in it and blood dripping down in it. This one has a red cross inside of a Cobra emblem. When I saw these, I snatched them up. With me being a healthcare provider, I just, you know, anything medical, I just snatched it up with G.I. Joe. Okay, so that's it with the Toy Tote Tuesday. Thank you, Theygone, for this suggestion. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So you guys take care. Stay safe out there. Be kind to everyone around you. You never know what type of day somebody's having. An ounce of kindness goes a very long way. And be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So until next week, this is Joe Motion Videos 82 saying bye-bye. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. It's getting hot out there, at least in Arizona. So we'll talk to you later.